Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Typhoon Wynn, you can just call me Wynn, and this is the level of the bridge that I tried to do with San and failed miserably. We didn't manage to solve this one, but I was just playing around before I started recording and I actually kind of solved it. So how did I do that? Well, let's see. Firstly I walked over to here, and that moved the key around here. Now the key to this is to basically try and get the key to circumnavigate the outside of the stage. Now when the key passes the boulder, the key doesn't die, obviously, because the key doesn't have a life. I mean, no disrespect to the key, of course, but that's how things work. So you have to be really careful when you do this, otherwise the key will just fall off. So it is a little tricky to do, and you really have to spend a bit of time to make sure it has the right velocity and momentum in order to get around the stage. And then, that's not meant to happen. What's meant to happen is the key is... okay, maybe it needs to move a bit slower. So let's start turning the stage around about now and hope... there we go. So yeah. The entirety of the last episode, episode 4, the mirrored chapters with San, yeah, I just managed to solve that in, like, I don't even know how long it's been, maybe like 2-3 minutes. But yes, that's a great start, and I'm pretty sure she'd be happy to find that out. So now we are on chapter 3-5, the mirrored corridor, and oh boy. I don't know what to make of this image. So let's not stare at it for too long. So we have Mr. Grey Boulder and Mr. White Boulder. This is the labyrinthine one. I remember this level, the original level, should I say. So what's going on here? Well, I need to get to that door, and I think the key is just above me. You can kind of see there's like a little hitch there, or a little sphere. So if I were to rotate, would that move? That does move. Okay, so that is definitely the key. So what's the caveat here? Well, Mr. White Boulder obeys different gravity to me, and Mr. Black Boulder obeys my gravity. Well, for the time being at least. So what are my options? I can either move to the left or move to the right. If I move to the left, and yes, that is the left, I could... okay, let's check this. So I move to the left, and then everything rolls around like that. I'm not dead yet, which is always a pleasant surprise. And okay, this may seem like it's actually poor cropping, but no, this is just because the stage is too big. What you're seeing right now may look like the stage, or like the video has been cropped, but trust me, it hasn't. The stage is just too big. So I walk around like that, and now I am actually kind of trapped in this section here. So that's not how this goes, although I think I can move the key's relative position to me. Yes, I can. And if I... oh. Okay, don't use that triangle. That triangle will kill me. So if I keep walking around, I'm just really moving the key's position from my position. So now that there's no boulder here, I can do this, but now I'm grey. The key is above me and it will obey the opposite gravity to me. So what if I were to rotate everything around like so? That would cause that key to do that. Now somehow I need to get to where that key is. I mean, that's the whole goal of this entire game, I guess. To collect the key, and well, actually the entire goal of the game is to get to the door and move to the next stage. But in this level, it's make sure you get to the key without, you know, getting crushed. So how to do this? Well, if I go through this triangle, I'll be grey, and I'll be obeying the opposite gravity to the key. And even if I do come in contact with the key, I won't be able to get it. So let's see, I go through the triangle, that probably won't help. If I move to the left, will I get crushed? I believe I'll come into contact with Mr. Boulder. Or a Mr. Boulder. Yes? No? Okay, I am not, actually. The annoying thing is I can't really check the stage in this position. It has to be horizontal like this in order for me to see what I'm doing. So what are my options now? Well, I guess I really just need to keep moving to the left. That'll cause the key to go into the circle below me. And then, if I keep moving, what will happen? Well, that key will eventually... Yeah, that key will eventually go to the circle where Mr. Brown Boulder is, or Grey Boulder should I say. And I will be where Mr. White Boulder is, I think. Let's just make sure I understand this properly. Kind of. Yeah. I mean, I can move the key's position just like that. If only I was... I was about to say, if only I was grey, then I could go through here and then attempt to touch the key, but that's not going to happen. What I could do is I could go around here and then use this impossible triangle, and that'll cause me to get stuck, well, quote-unquote stuck, in this middle chamber here. So how can I make it so that the key comes to this middle chamber? I can't. Because the only entrance into this middle chamber is the impossible triangle. And that is something that keys can't use. So what are my options? Well, really, just use the triangle again. I've moved the relative position of the key from me, somewhat. So if, I wonder if I could get the key into this next circle, and then I might be able to use this triangle. But I can't invert everything well enough in order for me to get there. I'd have to keep doing that, and that will cause the key to still run away from me. Which is, you know, a little bit frustrating, but hey. So let's use the triangle. I am now white, and I am coming really close to Mr. Boulder. Okay, dude, stop rolling towards me, please. Okay, he's rolling away from me, that's good. But the annoying thing is, if I rotate everything around like so, that would likely lead to a death of mine. Yes, it did. Okay, so that's not good. But it is progress. I mean, imagine if the boulder was the key, then I would have won, right? I guess. Okay, hold on, give me a second, I need to quickly check something. Okay. So, how to do this? Well, this will probably take me a while. I've already ate my brain food, i.e. ice cream, that helps my cognitive faculties. So I can't really do anything about that, and I also kind of ran out of ice cream, so there's no going down to get more. So how to do this? Huh. This is tricky. So I need to be white to go through this white door. So how can I be white and get to this position? Easy, I use this triangle, and then I just walk around the stage towards the door. I do this and I start walking left. That'll get me to the door. Okay, but how do I plan on getting to the key? Well, this is technically the starting position, if I am correct. Maybe the boulders are in a few different places, but this is pretty much the starting place. So what are my options? I can walk right, and that'll move the key away from me, so let's attempt that. What's my plan by doing this? Well, nothing really. This isn't really going to get me anywhere too fast. I mean, I think I understand what to do. I think I need to utilize this middle quote-unquote chamber here. So I do that, and then I can start rotating everything relative to my position, and I will still be safe because no object can enter this middle section. I mean, sure, it rolls past the middle section, but I won't get crushed by anything. Unfortunately, that also means I can't, you know, collect the key from this place. So what am I thinking? Well, right now, I am thinking of somehow getting the key onto the, like, behind one of these triangles, and then using the opposite triangle while I am grey. That'll be an easy way to manage to get to the key. But how would I do that? That's kind of tricky. Problem is I can't use this triangle that the key is behind right now, because I'm not on the correct side. And even if I do, I'll be grey, so that won't help either. This is where planning ahead does wonders. Oh, I wonder if the two boulders can kill each other. That's an interesting topic. I'm actually going to test it out. Oh, nearly collided. I'm not sure if this is conducive to, you know, solving the puzzle, but I want to test it. I want to see if I can get rid of the two threats. I think I'm probably going to have to use momentum or something from here. It really doesn't help that I can't use momentum effectively here, or that I can't actually really see the boulders when they are at the ends of the tunnel. Ah man, I was so close. I really do wonder if I can, like, destroy them both for good. You know, it's like, I think I mentioned this in an episode before actually, it sounds awfully familiar to something that I would say. It's like meeting yourself in, like, an alternate dimension. I mean, what is it? How to say, if you meet yourself in, say like, you theoretically go to the past, and you meet your past self, provided you haven't, like, taken over the body of yourself in the past, and you meet yourself. Have you ever heard, like, the idea that if you do that, then the universe will implode because of, like, paradoxes and whatnot? I think it's similar to that. Also a thought came to my head of Final Fantasy 13-2, I believe. The one where you play as Sarah, I think. Very good game, might I add. I really do love the whole Final Fantasy series. I mean, what I've heard that number 11 hasn't had a good reputation, being the first MMO online for Final Fantasy for them to create. I believe it was Square Enix's first MMO, or Square or Enix, whichever name they go by right now. And just to let you know, I'm not really thinking about this puzzle too much. I know you guys came here to, like, you know, see me beat this puzzle, but my brain is elsewhere right about now. But I also heard that Final Fantasy XIV, the up-to-date version, the current one right now, underwent a major overhaul and is now, you know, very good. In fact, it's quite highly praised. I haven't actually played it myself. I haven't played 11 either. I think the Final Fantasy games that I haven't played are 12 and 11 and 6. I really want to play Final Fantasy 6, but I've never had the chance to. I wonder if it's on the PSN. At any rate, enough babbling about stuff that do not pertain to me defeating this level. How to go about getting this key? Well, I don't know really. If I keep walking along, then the relative positions won't really change. But maybe I can get it into a situation where I can, like... Okay, how about this? What if I use this triangle here? Provided there's no boulder waiting for me on the opposite end. I do that, and then say... Okay, I can't really do anything from this position because I'm being chased by the white boulder. So that's a no-go. If I can somehow get the boulder... Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reset the puzzle. I know resetting isn't really productive, but it helps to clear my mind. So what are my options? Use this triangle. Okay. I can keep walking to the left. Okay. Excuse me. Or I can walk to the right. None of them really gives me a clear access to the key. Let's see, if I were to use this triangle... Okay. And then I can't walk right because there's a boulder there. But I could walk to the left and be theoretically safe. Oh, no, I won't actually. So using the triangle right now is out of the question, because that will just lead to my death. So that just leaves the two cardinal directions of, well, the one cardinal direction of left and right. So I can either... Let's see, if I walk to the left, I can walk around and then use the impossible triangle. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk to the left, but not use the impossible triangle. I wish there was some sort of, like, notepad I can write these things on, so that I can, like, cross off what I've already done and that sort of thing. Create, like, a flowchart of directions, and try out a whole bunch of different directions, and then just cross out the ones that I've tested and aren't useful. Like, say, step 1, walk through the impossible triangle. Nope, that'll get yourself killed if you follow that up with further actions. So that's not going to help. I could use the triangle. So I've walked to the left and then used the triangle. Okay. Now what can I do? I can rotate everything around like so. This will cause the key to move to the... okay, how about this? What if I move the key down here? No, that won't work because I've just undid what I've just done by doing this. Okay. Then I rotate everything around like so. I should not get killed by the boulder. And in fact, I should be able to freely use this triangle now, which I can. Then I rotate everything around like so. Is there any possibility that I can meet up with the key from this position? No, but there would be if the key's position was at the top, I think. Let's see, if the key's current position were to be at the top, and I walk around, that would rotate everything around like that. No, that wouldn't work, in fact. Then how would I make it so that it would work? Okay, now the key is underneath me. If I keep walking to the left... Let's see, if I keep walking to the left, then that will mean the stage will rotate that way, and that will get the key to move to the top. As I said, the relative position won't change much, I don't think. In fact, it has kind of changed, right? Because it's no longer technically underneath me. But if I keep rotating it like this, then yes, it will be. Yep, there we go. Relative position, still the same. So let's go and use the triangle. Okay. Now what? Now I am going to walk to the right and then use the next triangle. I think. Would that be conducive? I don't know. Maybe, in fact. If I keep walking, then I come to this triangle. Do I use it? I could use it and then start walking along this direction. Okay. That might be useful to me at a later date. Well, a later time. I plan to solve this puzzle, well, kind of today-ish. I mean, considering it's like, what, it's about 3 o'clock right now in my time as the time of recording this. Not at the time you'll be seeing this. You might actually see this, like, say, in probably like 24 hours or something like that, or whenever you actually watch it. I'm not saying you have to watch it as soon as it comes out, because that would just be, well, you know, asking for a bit much. Just watch it at your leisure. Now let's see. How do I solve this puzzle? That's like the question I ask myself every level. And to be honest, I'm not really following through with the, you know, the thought processes of how to follow them. Right now, I will be honest, I am kind of just testing things out and not really planning ahead. Normally puzzles like these are best solved with planning. Now, I need to be white in order to gain the key, okay? I've already clarified that. In fact, that is, like, one of the most obvious things in this puzzle. Oh, I died. Okay, didn't realise there was a boulder under there for the time being. I still really want to know if, like, these two boulders will die when they connect. I mean, that would be quite interesting. I'm going to try it a couple more times, in fact. I'll roll the white boulder down there, and then roll it along here. No, okay, maybe I can't get them to connect. Well, that's a bit frustrating. Because if the two boulders were gone, then I would have to focus less on them. Not that I'm focusing too much on them right now. Huh.